Hi, welcome everyone. Good evening, all of you. This is Shahrukh Usmani. I'm going to be your host for this webinar today. I'm very excited today to host this webinar. The topic that you see that we are going to discuss about is AI and employment. Rather, I would say this should be a topic where we should say AI versus employment because that is something that is being discussed today in today's world where AI and generative AI has come into picture. It's come at the helm. It's the center point of all the discussions that we are having. And mostly the discussions have revolved around how AI or generative AI, which is causing a disruption, is going to replace humans. It's going to, uh, ensure that at the end of the day, there are lesser jobs than there were earlier. So we are going to have a discussion today specifically on this. And before we start anything talking about AI and talking about employment or jobs, let us first try to understand AI was always there. I mean, there were a lot of movies that were made on AI, but how is it that within the last 6 to 7 months, it has caused a great disruption? So much so that I can say that it has caused a great revolution in the landscape. So before we go about discussing what is AI, understanding why the disruption has happened, why the jobs which are being lost, all that situation has happened. Let us first try to understand what are we going to discuss in today's webinar. And we are going to make sure that we keep the webinar very short, we keep it to the point, and we explain you things which look very peripheral but are very intrinsic. So we'll be very straightforward to the point in explaining you why Gen AI or AI is something which you should be learning, which you should adopt in your daily life. What is the necessity and how it is going to help you in your professional life and your personal life. So there are going to be five things that we are going to discuss today. The number one, as I said, we are going to discuss why generative AI in particular is causing a disruption. AI was always there, but why specifically generative AI has caused this disruption, because of which so many jobs, so many people have been laid off. What is the future of jobs? How does the future workforce look like? What are the attributes? What is the aptitude? What are the skill sets that are required to make yourself employable, to make yourself be almost ready, to make sure that you are getting the job that you want? All of that is going to be covered in the second part of the agenda. We are also going to have an industry expert, Mr. Ashish Verma, who comes from Microsoft. I think it's one of the most renowned companies. Everybody wants to work for Microsoft. So we are also going to discuss with him as to what kind of tools we can use or we can learn to make sure that we are future ready, and what are the significance of those tools. And then, of course, when we discuss all of this, we also would want to know at our individual levels, whatever we are doing currently, as to what will make us future ready. What are the tools that we need to learn? What are the traits that we need to have? What is the aptitude that we need to have? And how do we not just learn or understand what is AI, but also know how do we adopt and adapt with AI? So that is going to be covered in the last part of the webinar. And of course, with UpBuild Academy, our main objective is very simple. We want to add value to your lives. Ultimately, whatever we are trying to do through our webinars, through our workshops, through our programs, through our certifications, the ultimate objective is to add value to your life. And we come with very pure intentions to make sure each one of you takes some kind of advice, some kind of motivation, some kind of information which helps you drastically change your professional and personal life. So, with that being said, let us try to decode what is generative AI and how is it different from traditional AI that we used to see in the movies or talk about in the earlier days. So let us categorize this into two parts. And this is a very interesting image that you can see here. On the right hand side, you can see generative AI with a human-like brain, some wiring of some sorts, but a human-like brain. And on the left-hand side, you see the normal generic AI, which is completely like a circuit, right? This image itself shows us that generative AI has some human touch. And why I say this is because why humans are different from machines is because humans have created those machines. They are the ones who are the creators of these machines, of any system, of any software which comes into the picture. So while generating or creating is concerned, these are synonymous. Generative AI is to make things. So let's take an example of chat gpt here. We give an input, and there are large language models where there is a lot of information. The interpretation happens, and you get a result through text, audio, or even now video, right? So it is creating something, while the traditional AI was just functional. I mean, you put an input, it has a function or it has a rule, and according to the rule, it gives a yes or no. But generative AI is generating output for you and creating output for you. And that is why it has more human touch than the traditional AI. And that's why it got widespread and it got adopted. It is the fastest adopted tool in the entire world. So while we are saying all of this, this is a generation. This is a generation which is a generation of creators. Anywhere that you see influencers, you see anybody who's a professional doing any kind of work creating content. So creating content and monetizing that content is going to be the ultimate business venture for any individual and for any enterprise. And that is why generative AI, you cannot even understand the kind of mammoth magnitude that it holds for the future, because the kind of tools that are being created right now, there is no end to it. Every day you see a new tool being created which is producing better quality images, better quality videos. And anybody who learns how to use these tools, whether it be an individual, earlier there used to be marketing agencies of 50 people, 100 people working for companies to generate videos, to generate creatives, to generate audios or text. Today you just need one tool, or maybe two or three tools, and one person using those tools to give you the desired output. So the kind of power that generative AI holds is pretty mammoth. And you don't know. I mean, any day you can have any tool amplifying to a level where we cannot even expect. Similarly, like just what happened with chat gpt. Very interesting image here. Now I would also like to, we want to keep this webinar very interactive. Just look at this image for 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Just look at this image. Gives a very powerful signal, very powerful message. If you look at the desk in the middle, it says hiring AI only. And that is something which people have made a notion upon, that in the future, people won't be hired. It's only AI who's going to be doing all the tasks. Well, that is not true. If you see the other people here who are working, doing their jobs, there is one person who's walking out. Maybe he's not a part of the organization anymore. There's one person who's packing his bags. The people who are sitting, the people who are working, on their heads, you can see the symbol of Chat GPT. And I think that's going to be the future. Generative AI or AI is not going to replace people. It's going to complement people in their daily task and their daily work. And with that, I will also tell you and break the myth. A lot of people saying AI was something which made people lose their jobs. Now, I don't agree with that. And why I say this is because there were three phases which happened. It has been very less time since generative AI has caused disruption. We are talking about it again and again. But there were three phases. The first phase is already gone. AI did not replace people, it replaced redundancies. Now, when I say redundancies, I say work like copywriting, I say work like data entry, I say work like customer support, which is being currently replaced by bots. So you don't need 50 people to be working with the customers when you have chatbots who can delegate that work. And maybe because we don't need 50 people, we might need only 5 people. But those 5 people have to make sure that they are giving that regular feedback because they have that client facing role. They are able to give that feedback, which makes the chatbot responsive enough, intelligent enough to handle customer queries related to that particular business. So ultimately, AI hasn't replaced people. It has first replaced redundancies. It has made work and workplaces smarter. In the second phase, which we are at right now, AI again will not replace people. Let me reframe that and look at what's been written. AI will replace people who don't know or will not be able to adopt AI in their daily lives. So that's going to be the second phase. That is the phase that we are living in right now. The redundancies have been removed. The second phase is where everybody will make sure that they have to make sure that they upskill themselves. They know how to use AI, because ultimately the only thing that will make them more productive and more relevant in today's scenario will be using AI and using its essence. And if you don't do that now, after 1 year, we will be in phase three, where AI will become food. There will be no other option. You'll have to know how to cook for yourself, and you'll have to consume it. The reason why I say this is because this is the way transitions have happened whenever there have been paradigm shifts. When web development came into picture, web and computer and web and internet came, and then mobile and cloud computing came, every time there has been a paradigm shift, this is the way things have happened in the same chronology. So why we are saying this is because, let's break the myth. AI is not replacing anyone. AI is complementing our daily work. And that is the reason why it becomes very important for us to understand AI, not just from the perspective of, I know that this works, I know that this exists, but I know how to integrate AI and the uses of those tools to make sure my work, I become more productive, my workload decreases, and whatever work that I'm giving is quality work. Becoming a little serious, but that's how it is. Now, while I say all of this is true, look at the length and breadth. And whenever we try to choose a career for ourselves, whenever we try to choose a college or education or anything for ourselves which has a great impact in our life, how do we do that? We see what kind of scope it holds for us. Look at the scope of generative AI. Everywhere, marketing, sales, support, someone who's a coder, someone who's a designer, someone who's a developer, someone who's making games, someone who's making videos, productions. Everywhere it's going to have an impact. Everywhere there will be use cases. So, whatever you are doing right now, I am sure that ultimately there will be a use case of generative AI or AI coming into the picture. So, this gives us a very strong reflection of why we should be making sure that we just don't know the ifs and hows and know abouts of AI, but also know how to adopt AI in our daily lives, especially at our work. Very important and very interesting image again. This is a report by Microsoft, and let me tell you, Microsoft is right now at the helm of AI adoption. It is doing everything that it can, because you've recently would have seen an article as well saying Microsoft has recently announced laptops, notebooks, which are co-pilot powered, and the notebooks are marketed saying that they are co-pilot enabled. The seamless integration of Copilot along with Microsoft 365 makes everything at work very easy, very simple, and makes sure that you are daily saving at least 1 hour in your workplace on a daily basis. And this is a report which is published by Microsoft and LinkedIn. Microsoft also says in a recent report that many companies' senior executives are not hiring people who don't have AI aptitude or credentials in their profile. And that is why LinkedIn says, which is a company of Microsoft, that it is seeing 142x increase in people writing in their profile that they know ChatGPT or Microsoft Copilot, even if they wouldn't have been knowing it properly, but they still are updating it in their profile. Because the top executives of main companies are wanting people to have that as a skill. Now, because we are talking about Microsoft, we are talking about Copilot. I would like to invite Mr. Ashish Verma. Hi, Ashish. Really glad to have you here. So, Mr. Ashish is a dear friend and also comes from Microsoft. Ashish,
Am
I
I
think,
audible?
yeah, you're audible. You're audible. So let me welcome Ashish here, and let us have Ashish give his insights on what is happening at Microsoft, and especially what are the things that are revolving around Copilot. Over to you, Ashish.
Thank you, Shahrukh. So before I start, everybody, I am Ashish Verma, and I work for Microsoft as a senior software developer. Okay, and I'm a part of Azure Migrate Copilot team. So again, I'm a part of Copilot team, but it's into a different domain called Azure Migrate. Okay, and I'll not try to bomb you with what Azure Migrate is. Okay, I'll get started with what Saruk wants me to deliver quickly. Like I won't take much time there. Okay. So before I get started, one thing which I liked from Saruk's presentation was, the emphasis on that AI won't take your job. Somebody who knows AI well will. Okay. So in that case, should we fear AI and or should we not? Okay. Is it AI going to replace, or is it like, we won't care, it won't replace us, nothing is going to happen like that? Okay. I'll tell you, when computers were introduced, the same happened. Like, it was protested against that, this is going to, take our job or something like that. Then, nowadays, like, you don't even go to your washroom without this small computer in your hand. Okay. So, I must say AI is there to assist everybody. It is not there to replace you. Okay. But we definitely will need the assistance from the AI side. Okay. And what that assistant is called? That assistant is called Copilot. Okay. So there is something called Gen AI, which Saruk was talking about, like LLMs and multimodal LLMs. That is like, so right now, if you see ChatGPT, it is just ChatGPT like 3.5, or you see that it's basically doing on the text generation, like NLP part, like understanding the human language and developing something in the replying back in the same human language. Okay. Tomorrow it might, or actually it is right now itself, the next version of ChatGPT 3.5 is actually doing that, which is a multimodal one, which where you actually ask it to generate some image, like, and it is generating that image, or maybe a video also. Okay. Even the Sora AI is there, which actually is generating a video on that front. Okay. And that part is called multimodal AI. Okay. Now, then what is Copilot that comes into picture? So Copilot is Gen AI plus RAG. Okay. What is RAG in this case? RAG is retrieval augmented generation. Okay. I'll not bomb you again with too many terms. Retrieval augmented generation, I'll simplify it, like, for a 4 years old to understand that this is something like, you have your own data and you tell that data, the LLM learns from it, and then start responding back in your own language, the language in which you are expecting the response. Okay. So that's what the co-pilot is. There are, like, now it is going to be everywhere. I see a co-pilot at my place, the where I'm working, helping me out in doing the code. Okay, I can't actually, if I don't use GitHub Copilot. GitHub again is a Microsoft org. Okay, and it has started providing something called Copilot, which helps you complete the code. Okay, so it is not writing the complete code for you. Okay, but it is definitely helping you out, guiding you out. Okay, okay, do this, don't do this, or something like that. Okay, and if I don't do that, what will happen? Basically, I'll be lagging behind than everybody else who actually are working along with me. Okay, that speaks a volume about how important the co-pilot is. Like, if somebody at uh, Microsoft is one of the toughest hiring companies, like Microsoft, Google, and all. They are one of the toughest hiring companies, and if somebody at that place starts struggling without co-pilot, then you understand the volume, how important the co-pilot is, the role that co-pilot is going to play in your life. Okay, so it's important. Figure out where, whatever you do, like in whatever sphere you are, figure out, okay, this is a part which, let's say, somebody can learn, and 10-year-old can learn and start doing it in place of you. Okay, that part can be replaced by copilot. Maybe we should learn a copilot stuff there. Either we'll if there is a copilot, we should learn that. If there isn't, maybe it's an opportunity to build a copilot there. Okay, and with that, I will sum up, Shahrukh.
Thanks a lot, Ashish. Really insightful, and love the way you summed it up by saying that ultimately, I think many companies will make sure that the AI aptitude is there with everyone that they are hiring, because that makes them assured that whatever ecosystem of technology that they have, AI ecosystem that they have, the person will be able to adapt to that ecosystem. So thanks a lot, Ashish. Really insightful, and we hope to have you in our upcoming webinars and keep enlightening the people.
Sure, 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 Shahrukh. Thank you, Shahrukh.
Thanks. Please take care. Have a nice day. So, with that being said, let us also have Ahmed Madni, who works with the UpBuild Academy and looks after operations and design. He's been using some tools which he told me about, and we'll be very happy to share some of the tools that we have been using in our own organization, which have been helping us to increase our productivity and also create designs within minutes. So before we start with that, I think let us show our learners and our audience one very important tool which has recently been upgraded. Everybody knows about ChatGPT. Just give me a thumbs up, everyone who know about ChatGPT. Give me a thumbs up. Let's have everybody interact. This is going to be a session which all of you are going to enjoy. Let's have some thumbs up or hand raises, letting us know that they know about ChatGPT. Everybody knows about ChatGPT. Great. So ChatGPT recently announced a very amazing feature, and I'm going to showcase that feature to you. I don't think everybody knows that feature, but let us have ChatGPT on. Okay. So on my phone, I'm opening ChatGPT, and there's a new feature. So earlier, we used to put some text, we used to give some prompt, and there used to be a text which used to come up while ChatGPT used to process that information. But now there is a new feature which has been added. Here is our own personal Jarvis. Hi, ChatGPT. Think about it. How can I assist you today? Hi, ChatGPT. How are you doing today? I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you? I'm doing well. So I'm right now in the middle of a webinar, and I would like you to introduce yourself to my audience and also tell them your features which have been recently launched in ChatGPT 4.0. Hello, everyone. I'm ChatGPT, an AI language model created by OpenAI. I'm here to help with answering questions, providing information, and having engaging conversations. Recently, with the launch of ChatGPT 4, some new features have been added. These include improved conversational abilities, better understanding of context, and the ability to browse the internet
for up to date information. I can also process and analyze images now, making me more versatile in assisting with various tasks. Feel free to ask me anything during this webinar.
Okay. So if you heard at the very end, ChatGPT 4.0 now has a voice assistant. But very interesting thing that it pointed out was that it can read images. So what I'll do is I'll upload my own image and let us see what ChatGPT has to say about this image. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to open my camera and I'm going to click a picture smiling. Next, I'm going to upload that picture. So my picture gets uploaded. And now I'm going to ask ChatGPT. Hi ChatGPT, I just uploaded a picture of mine. Can you read my expressions and tell my audience what are my expressions looking like?
While I can't directly interpret facial expressions from images, I can see that you're smiling, which generally conveys friendliness and approachability. It's great to see you looking engaged and professional. How's the webinar going so far?
It's going pretty well, ChatGPT. But can you also say the same thing in Hindi?
ये जानकर अच्छा लगा कि सब कुछ अच्छा चल रहा है। मैंने देखा कि आप मुस्कुरा रहे हैं, जो आमतौर पर दोस्ती और अपनापन दर्शाता है। आप बहुत प्रोफेशनल और उत्साहित लग रहे हैं। वेबिनार कैसा चल रहा है?
काफी अच्छा चल रहा है ChatGPT. थैंक्स, आपने इतनी सारी चीजें हमें बताई. आपसे फिर से बात होती है. थैंक यू. So this is the power of AI, and I'm sure most of us would be knowing about ChatGPT, would be knowing about how to put in some text, but the intricacies are still missing, guys. Not everybody knew about, I'm sure, that ChatGPT 4.0 has launched a voice assistant. So much so that you can even have your homework done. Like if you just give some questions, put it as an image, upload that image, it'll give you answers. So that's the kind of power ChatGPT 4 holds. And there was this recent interview by Sam Altman who said that ChatGPT 4 is the dumbest ever creation that they have made. And every other creation is going to be amazing. So the power of ChatGPT, the power of generative I think we only know very few things, and there are so many things that we need to explore. Over to you, Ahmed. Now, I think I've spoken enough about ChatGPT 4.0. You have certain tools that you want to demonstrate. Let's go ahead
Yeah,
and see what these tools are capable of.
sure. Hi, good evening, everyone. And before I go ahead, I just want to know how many AI tools you already know.
Let's have a
Because,
poll for that, I think.
yeah, we can. So on your screen, you must be seeing a poll. So I wanted to know from the audience how many tools, okay?
Pretty impressive that our audience is very interactive. The moment you launched the poll, everybody started to, give their inputs. Amazing audience, I must say.
Yeah.
Let's have a round of applause for everyone.
All right. So in today's time, we already know, like I was just going through the Q&A part as well, and I saw somebody ask that, and so many tools are available in the market. So which tools they have to use? So basically, what I'll say is right now the time is where we have to explore first of all, and see with the kind of work which we are doing in our offices, in our daily work, or any other work we like to do, or even if we want to follow our passion. So you have an AI tool for that. What AI tools are doing for us is basically and majorly is easing our work. So I'm going to show you few of the tools, and I'm going to make sure that these tools, you can also use it for free. And we can, what we just have to do is just write. Just write the text, just write the prompt, and it will create. So first of all, I'm gonna show you Synthesia. So let me know, show me thumbs up when you are able to see my screen. So this is the website of Synthesia. What you just have to do is open the website, click on create free AI video. Once you click on it, the Synthesia, the second prompt page that will come up is this one. So it generally has three type of templates. One is Synthesia demo, one is the sales pitch, and the other is a compliment. You just have to write the text over here and it will generate your video for free and with no time. So why we are using Synthesia? What is the application of the Synthesia? So it's a video generative tool that you all can use, and it can create videos without using a mic, without using a camera, a person, or any studio. So all of those expenses are saved for you. This is just for you to create the videos, and you can use this for whatever the use you require. Let's say you are a trainer. Let's say you have to train your team. So you can create a video with it and share it with all your team members. Let's say that you want to teach. So you can create videos with this and you can put the videos on YouTube as well. I have one a ready-made video which I made with Synthesia, and I'll share it with you all.
Hi there. I'm Alex, and I'm an avatar created entirely by artificial intelligence. You too can create a video like this with just a few clicks. Try it out for yourself today.
All right. I hope this was audible to you.
Yes, this was audible.
Yeah. So this is one tool where you can see like this. I've just made like I've given just the prompt. The Synthesia did all the work, and we have this video, and you can see there are expression. It's gonna read the text with pauses. It's gonna do all those things which we want from a person who generates video. So you can see like within 2-3 minutes, you can do a 3-4 hours of work just by writing the prompts. So it's up to you what you write, what you want to create, and you can create videos like this. The other tool which I want to talk about is Runway. Have you heard about it? Show me a thumbs up if you have heard about it. All right. So we all know that Runway is a tool from where anyone who is a content creator who wants to create any kind of content, be it an image, be it a video, they want to edit a video, they can do all these things with some text prompts in Runway ML. So it's very easy to use for everyone. I'll just gonna show you the dashboard and how to use it. Like it will hardly take me to explain you, and you will learn it within 1 or 2 minutes. And after that, you can create or edit your videos as well. And I'm gonna show you the application of it, like what kind of video the people are making with Runway. So let me share my screen and show you how Runway looks. All right, I hope my screen is visible. All right, so you can see this is the home page, and what all the Runway tool can do is they can edit the videos, whatever the text or images you are gonna give to the Runway, it's gonna create a video from that image. It can generate audios, it can create lip sync videos, it can remove the background from your videos, change the background as well, and so on. Multiple things you can do from here. So I'm gonna quickly show you one such video that have been created with Runway.
For thousands of years, I've roamed these lands, Once I saw a species that lived in harmony with nature. Humans.
I hope the audio is visible.
Yeah,
Audio is audible.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
They observed nature just like me. They decided that the most important thing was the hunter. They proclaimed a lion, a ferocious beast, as their king. Humans disconnected from nature and lost their way. They became captivated by power and savagery. This is sad. You're right. Who wouldn't be impressed by the power of a lion?
So you all can see what kind of video we can create with Runaway and how you can create it. It's very simple. You just have to write the text prompt and it's gonna create a video like this. Of course, on this video, we have like multiple images that have been created and that was put on Runway. Then it created a video as well. And after that, this kind of video you can create. So I hope you have learned something and I hope you all are going to use these tools to create whatever the type of content you want. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks a lot, Ahmed. I think this was very creative insight, I would say, that we've got from you. And it's great that you could share whatever hacks or secrets that you have been using at UpBuild Academy to our audiences. And I'm sure that they are going to take few takeaways from what they learned today. Moving on, we've already done this. The most important part of this webinar now, we've understood what is generative AI. We've understood why we should learn generative AI. Now, what is in store for us? What do we need to do as learners, as people who really want to not just survive but thrive in this world, which is going to be very dynamic in the next 1 year? Every day you see new tool coming up. Every day you see new news coming up around generative AI. So it's a very dynamic world that we are living in, and it's going to be dynamic exponentially for the next 1 year. So I'm going to talk to you about the how the world is going to shape for the next 1 year and how we can make sure that we are ready. Very interesting image again. All my slides have very interesting images which should make you contemplate, which should make you think. And this is the reason why we have less slides and more information and more thinking that needs to be done. Just 2 points, I would say. One, very important is that you need to, whatever we've discussed, whatever Ashish told you, whatever I covered in the earlier part of my presentation, you need to learn, you need to adapt, and you need to gain credentials around AI right now. You can't wait. You can't wait for the third phase. As I said, the first phase is already gone. AI has replaced redundancies. The second phase we are in right now, where AI will replace people who don't know about AI, who are not adapting or adopting AI. Let's not waste our time and let's not wait for the third phase where it becomes imperative for all of us to learn, and there are people who've done it before. So, this is the time right now where you learn, adapt, and gain your credentials and have an edge over people who probably will learn after 1 year or will understand about this after 1 year. So, very important here to make sure that you learn, adapt, and gain credentials right away. The second part, which is the most important part here, would be that, as I said, for the next 1 year, you have to be updated and you have to be abrushed along all the possible tools that are going to come for the every day. As we said, new tools are coming up. You have to make sure that for the next 1 year You know about every tool that is coming up and that is taking the center stage. We don't even know right now. We don't even know whether the next tool which is going to be amplified is 2 months away, 3 months away, or 6 months away from creation. Chat GPT just took 6, 7 months to land and to reach where it is right now. The whole world knows about it. We don't know which tools are coming up in the future, but this 1 year it's going to be very exciting. And you have to make sure that you learn, that you adapt, and that you stay updated with every other tool. And this is what we tried to cover in today's webinar. This is exactly what we tried to cover in today's webinar, where we tried to tell you that these are the tools. Probably you don't know about these tools, but these are the tools that you should start learning, you should start adopting in your daily life. It will make your work and your life simpler. And even if not that, probably will make you help you in doing something new, in creating something new, which you were reluctant in, for which you did not find time because you were busy in your daily life, mundane life. Probably you can be a creator and an influencer by using these tools. So again, two things. One, you have to act right now, gain credentials. Gain credentials around AI. Second, you have to be updated for the next 1 year. Just these two things and you'll be ready for future. Okay, before I tell you something very exciting. I've told you what needs to be done, but let's first understand what UpBuild Academy has in store for you. So this is a 1 hour webinar where we discussed what is AI, how we should go about learning AI, why should we do it, what will create a difference. You've learned what is what, but you also need to learn very important. A lot of people know what is Chat GPT, a lot of people know what is Copilot, but not everyone is able to adopt it. At UpBuild Academy, right now, our main focus is adoption, implementation. How do you implement this in your daily life, at your workplace? Let's talk about that now. Ahmad, is my screen visible? The UpBuild Academy website is visible to you?
Yeah, it's
Great.
visible.
Great. So there is a training program. This is a webinar. 1 hour credit you get, as it was communicated over mail and WhatsApp. Anybody who attends this webinar will get 1 hour credits of attending this webinar. But this is not a training session, right? We are providing a training for 6 hours where we only teach adoption. We only teach you how to use these tools. So this is a program which is for all. It is for a college student, for a working professional, for a business owner, entrepreneur, enterprise, someone who wants to train their teams. This is a program for all. Just 6 hours, we will teach you 4 AI tools, most of which we have covered in this webinar, but we've not taught. We've just told you that these tools are there. It will have 5 modules and around 64 plus learning outcomes. The 5 modules are very relevant. First module, of course, introduction to AI. In depth, of course, we covered just the peripherals today, but we'll have in-depth introduction. We'll tell you about tools, AI tools, which can increase your productivity. Very important topic, very important, prompt engineering. How do you engineer prompts to give you the desired, accurate, precise results? And everybody thinks that they know prompts, but trust me, I've seen it in my own organization. There are people who really know prompts, they get perfect results. And then there are people who think that they know prompts and they're always struggling. Fourth module, responsible AI use. Again, that is again a very important thing that one should learn. And very important and very last would be keeping up with AI. This is again, as I said, it's very important, guys. For next 1 year, just focus on keeping yourself updated. You don't know which tool will, just like Tally. At one time, Tally was one tool. Everybody had to learn that tool. Right? Today, it's obsolete. Nobody uses it. Everybody had to learn Microsoft 365, Excel, PowerPoint, Word. This, you don't know which tool you would be requiring, which will be a mandatory in your resume. So keeping up with AI advances will be the key. That is why it's covered in the last part of this course. Of course, you're going to get a very amazing certificate, I would say. It's not just a certificate sent over PDF. This will be a LinkedIn license certificate. So a batch will be given to you of training for 6 hours plus 1 hour, which you have already taken with us in this webinar, plus a certificate. This certificate will have valid credentials. This is how the certificate is going to look like when we send it to you over the mail. You can directly add it to your profile. I'll show it to you. I just clicked on that button, takes me to LinkedIn, and I can add it over my LinkedIn profile. Automatically, it will fetch the credentials. See, automatically fetches the credentials, gives me the credentials URL, adds to my skill sets. Very important feature here. We already in this certificate will give you skill sets, the acquired skill sets when you do this program. So let's suppose you click on a skill sets that you will learn when you do this program. When you click on that skill sets, it will redirect you to LinkedIn where you will see all the jobs related to that skill set. Amazing feature. So with this skill set, you have 7,789 jobs. When you get this certificate, one, your profile looks solid. Second, all the certificates that you get from our academy, you get valid skill sets being attributed to your profile. And when you click on those skill sets, automatically LinkedIn shows you what kind of jobs you can apply for. So this is our program. This is what we are talking about. 6 hours of training, 4 tools being taught, 5 modules, and you get your first certificate around AI. That's what we are talking about here. Learn, adapt, get your credentials. Be step ahead. Okay, very interesting. Again, training there, yes, 6 hours. There is a training program that we have, training and certification. We're also introducing UpBuild Academy Premium Gold Annual Membership. Every month you get 2 webinars. Just like this, you get 2 webinars. In these webinars, we teach you new technologies, new tools coming up. So as I said, for whole 1 year, you stay abreast, you stay updated. That's coming from our side. You get 2 newsletters where in a newsletter, we give you everything that is happening around AI. Again, to keep you updated, to keep you abreast. We have 1 lakh learners as our legacy that we have taught who are at great positions in great companies, just like Ashish. So we give you that community access so that if you are keeping yourself updated, if your profile is up to the mark, you can even get great job opportunities within our community. This is a very big bonus in this membership plan because we are very proud of our alumni. And most of our alumni, they are international people living abroad, people who can make you connect globally with great leaders and entrepreneurs and great, you can say, heads of departments. And prompt engineering, I said, very important. People think that they know prompts, but prompt engineering is always evolving. So every month you get 10 new prompts from us. So in a year, you have 120 prompts coming at your way. And of course, whatever seminars, whatever webinars, whatever workshops that we are doing, you get full access to the recorded lectures. All in all, in a year, close to 100 plus hours of content you get if you subscribe to this membership plan. 100 plus hours of credit in your certificate when you put it on LinkedIn. This is amazing. This is exactly what is required, what we were discussing in the earlier part of this webinar. This is exactly what anyone right now would want, to make sure that when they show their credentials, when they show their profile, looks completely updated with the new world, with the new dynamic world which is revolving around AI, which means close to 24 webinar series, free of cost, 24 newsletters, full access to our community. And whenever there are workshops, so every month we will have one workshop, just like this workshop, which is of 6 hours. Every month there will be one workshop that we will be doing for new tools, for making you learn new tools. So all those workshops you will get at very discounted rates when you get in our membership program. This is not at all a tactic to market or to do sales. And I'm saying this with the bottom of my heart because I've been into this sector. At UpBuild Academy, we are just trying to add value to our learners. We are concerned. We are very concerned at how the job market looks like, how people are struggling to get the kind of jobs that they really desire or the kind of growth that they really want. And we really want to help. We really want to push. And from our side, that is why we are just not giving a 6 hours of learning where we just get done away with it. We want to really handhold you. For the next 1 year, we really want to handhold you and give you every insight that is there, that is at our disposal, to make sure that you get the desired value and worth. And whatever you expect in your career, you are able to achieve that. That is our whole soul mission. So, and because of all of that, we have very limited seats available with us for the for the cohort that we are going to launch in the first week of June. 8th of June is the first cohort for the month of June that we are launching. On 8th, which is Saturday, we are going to have our, so it's going to be a 6 hours session, 3 hours on Saturday, 3 hours on Sunday, post which the training is going to complete and you're going to receive your certificate. 6 hours of training certificate, 1 hour of participation in this webinar. So 7 hours of training you will have. Once you go through this entire membership, which you are getting complimentary, you will have 100 hours of learning credits with you after 1 year. Very simple. I think I tried my best to explain you everything in the simplest way I can, but I am sure there are going to be a lot of questions which are going to come up. So Ahmed, I would like you to, any questions that are coming up on Q&A, we can address those questions. You can just raise your hands and I'll be happy to take your questions over audio or over text. Meanwhile, anybody who is interested right away, because as I said, we have limited seats. The 10,000 rupees discount, 10,000 to 5,999 discount that you could see is for people who are attended this webinar and have been, very, have been very cordial audience to stay up till this moment. So for those audiences, we have kept that discount offer. So, and that is valid only for 24 hours because we ideally close our batches by that time. So anybody who's interested to avail the program and the gold membership, just put your name, email, and your telephone number in the chat section. That's all what we want. We'll have someone to talk to you, to advise you, to tell you more about the program, and to help you with the payment options. So in the chat window, which is now active, just send in your name, your mobile number, and your email. And if any person has any doubts or questions, please feel free to raise your hands or ask your questions over the Q&A section. Okay, great guys. It was amazing hosting this webinar. You were a lovely audience, very interactive, very engaging. And we hope we have more such webinars coming up for you as the time goes. This is Shahrukh Usmani, your host for today, signing off. Okay, someone raised their hand, but I think Okay, they've put it down. So it was great again, as I said, hosting all of you over here. And we are going to have more such enriching sessions in the coming time. So we look forward to having you there as well. It's good night for now. And let's make sure that we show similar positivity for the next upcoming webinars and our workshops. Looking forward to also see you in our workshops and also taking the gold membership plan so that uh, we make sure we shake hands for the next 1 year. Thanks a lot. Goodbye. Take care.